Ladies, let's take a moment to celebrate something beautiful. Aging doesn't have to mean fading away. In fact, for many women, it's the time when true grace, wisdom, and confidence begin to shine the brightest. Sometimes we don't even realize it, but the small ways we live, the choices we make, and the attitudes we carry are proof that we're aging not just naturally, but gracefully. And I want you to see that in yourself. In today's video, we're going to explore 12 clear signs that you are aging gracefully without even knowing it. These aren't about wrinkles or numbers on a scale. They're about the strength of your spirit, the peace in your heart, and the quiet confidence that comes with time. So please, stay with me until the very end, because as I share these signs, you may recognize more of them in yourself than you realize. And if this message touches you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share in the comments. Which of these signs do you see in yourself today? Now, let's begin. The first sign you're aging gracefully is this: you've learned to embrace change. Think back, my friend, when you were younger, change might have felt frightening. A move to a new city, children leaving home, a new season of life beginning, it could feel like the rug was being pulled out from under you. But now, with age has come wisdom. You've realized that change isn't always something to fight against. Often, it's something to flow with. Maybe you've noticed it in little ways. When your body tells you to slow down, you listen instead of getting frustrated. When friendships shift or life circumstances evolve, you allow yourself to let go gracefully and welcome new connections, new routines, or new joys. This doesn't mean change is always easy, it rarely is. But you've discovered a quiet resilience. Instead of resisting every transition, you adapt. You bend instead of break. And that strength, that ability to welcome what's new while honoring what came before, is one of the clearest signs of a woman aging with beauty and grace. The second sign that you're aging gracefully is this: your confidence is stronger than ever. When you were younger, maybe you worried too much about what people thought of you, how you looked, what you wore, whether you fit in. But now, with time and experience, you've grown into yourself. You no longer second-guess every word or choice. You stand a little taller, speak a little clearer, and carry yourself with the quiet assurance of someone who knows her worth. This doesn't mean arrogance. True confidence at this stage of life is softer, deeper, and wiser. It's the kind of confidence that says, I know who I am, I know what I've been through, and I know what I bring to the table. You've learned that your beauty isn't in being perfect, it's in being authentic. And when you walk into a room, people feel it. That calm, steady presence, that's the kind of confidence that only comes with age. And it's one of the most graceful qualities you can carry. The third sign you're aging gracefully is this: you've learned to appreciate the little things in life. Maybe when you were younger, life felt like a constant race, chasing goals, juggling responsibilities, always focused on what came next. But now you find yourself pausing more often, noticing the beauty that's been there all along. It might be something as simple as the morning sun warming your face, the sound of birds outside your window, or the laughter of a grandchild echoing through the house. You savor a good cup of tea, a phone call from a friend, or a peaceful walk in the park. These small joys aren't small anymore, they've become treasures. This shift is a powerful sign of grace. It shows you've realized that true happiness doesn't always come from big achievements or grand events. More often, it's tucked inside the everyday moments, the ones we used to overlook when life was moving too fast. A woman who can pause, smile, and say, "This is enough. This is beautiful," is a woman who is truly aging with grace. The fourth sign you're aging gracefully is this: you've reached a point in life where you know exactly what you want, and just as importantly, what you don't want. When you were younger, maybe you said yes too often. Yes to invitations you didn't enjoy, yes to responsibilities that drained you, yes to keeping the peace even when your heart wanted to say no. But now, You've grown into a woman who values her time, her energy, and her peace of mind. You don't waste hours on things or people that don't add meaning to your life. You know what brings you joy and you lean into it. You also know what steals your joy and you've learned to let it go. Whether it's toxic relationships, unnecessary drama, or commitments that no longer serve you, you've given yourself permission to walk away. This clarity is freedom. It's not selfish, it's self-respect. And it shows that you've reached a stage where you honor your own needs with confidence and grace. A woman who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to say no to what she doesn't is a woman who has truly stepped into her strength. The fifth sign you're aging gracefully is this: you've developed a healthier, kinder perspective on your body. In younger years, many of us spent far too much time criticizing ourselves, worrying about numbers on a scale, wishing away wrinkles, comparing ourselves to photos in magazines or women on TV. But as you've grown older, you've begun to see your body in a new light, not as something to pick apart, but as something to honor. You've realized that every line on your face carries a story. Every curve, every scar, every change is proof of a life well lived. You no longer punish yourself for not looking 25. Instead, you feel gratitude for the strength your body has shown, the children it carried, the illnesses it healed from, the countless days it kept you moving forward. This doesn't mean you ignore your health. Quite the opposite. You choose foods, movement, and routines that make you feel good, not because you're chasing perfection, but because you want to keep living with energy and joy. Aging gracefully means you look in the mirror and think, "This body has served me well. I will care for it, respect it, and wear it proudly." That shift from criticism to appreciation is one of the clearest signs of true grace. The sixth sign you're aging gracefully is this: you've become more compassionate, not only with others, but also with yourself. In younger years, it's easy to be hard on ourselves. Maybe you carried guilt for mistakes or pushed yourself to impossible standards or felt frustrated when life didn't go according to plan. But as the years have passed, you've learned that life is too short for constant self-criticism. Now, when you make a mistake, you forgive yourself faster. When you fall short, you offer yourself kindness instead of harsh judgment. And that same softness extends to others. You've walked enough miles to understand that everyone has their struggles, their unseen battles. Instead of rushing to judge, you pause and extend grace. This compassion doesn't make you weak, it makes you strong. It shows that your heart has deepened, that your spirit has expanded, and that you've chosen empathy over bitterness. A woman who can look at herself and others with gentle eyes, who can say, "We're all doing our best," is a woman aging with true wisdom and grace. The seventh sign you're aging gracefully is this: you've stopped letting the little things steal your peace. Think back, when you were younger, small annoyances might have felt like big problems. The traffic, the rude comment, the dishes left undone, the minor setbacks at work or at home. They could weigh on your mind and eat away at your happiness. But now, with time and perspective, you've learned what really matters and what doesn't. When someone cuts in line at the store, you let it go. When plans don't work out exactly as you hoped, you smile and adjust. Instead of clinging to frustrations, you've learned to release them. This doesn't mean you don't care. It means you've realized that life is far too precious to waste energy on things that won't matter tomorrow, let alone next year. You save your strength for the people and the moments that truly count. A woman who can shrug off the small stuff and focus on what's important is a woman who's not only wiser, she's freer. And that freedom is one of the clearest signs of aging with grace. The eighth sign you're aging gracefully is this: you've released the heavy burden of perfectionism. When you were younger, maybe you felt pressure to have it all just right: the perfect home, the perfect body, the perfect family, the perfect career. You tried to keep every detail in place, to live up to everyone's expectations, and to never let anything slip. But perfection is an endless chase, and one that only leaves us exhausted. With age, you've discovered a gentler truth. Life doesn't need to be perfect to be beautiful. A little dust on the shelves, a wrinkle in the blouse, a plan that doesn't go exactly as expected, none of it steals your joy anymore. Instead of striving for flawless, you strive for real. You welcome laughter even in the mess, connection even in the chaos, and beauty even in the imperfections. And most of all, you've learned to give yourself grace when things don't turn out exactly as planned. Letting go of perfectionism is not giving up. It's choosing peace over pressure. It's choosing joy over judgment. And that choice is one of the clearest signs of a woman who is aging with grace and wisdom. The ninth sign you're aging gracefully is this: you feel a deeper connection to your spirituality. Now, spirituality looks different for everyone. For some, it's faith in God or devotion to a religious path. For others, it's found in nature, in meditation, in gratitude, or in simply feeling connected to something greater than ourselves. As you've grown older, you've likely noticed that this sense of spirituality has become stronger. You don't rush through life the way you once did. You pause more. You reflect more. You listen more deeply to that still, quiet voice within. This connection gives you peace when life feels uncertain, comfort when challenges come, and joy in the simplest of moments. It reminds you that you're part of something bigger, that your life has meaning beyond the everyday busyness. A woman who walks with faith, gratitude, and a sense of connection carries herself with a calmness that others can feel. And that calm, grounded spirit is one of the most beautiful signs of aging gracefully. The 10th sign you're aging gracefully is this: you've learned to enjoy solitude and find peace in your own company. In earlier years, being alone might have felt uncomfortable, even a little scary. Many of us filled every quiet space with noise, people, or activity just to avoid feeling lonely. But as you've grown older, you've discovered that solitude isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. Now, you may find joy in reading a good book, sipping your morning tea in silence, or simply sitting in the garden watching the world around you. These quiet moments bring rest, reflection, and a sense of calm that you may not have appreciated before. This doesn't mean you don't value relationships, of course you do. It simply means you've reached a stage where you're comfortable with yourself, where your own presence is enough. You don't need constant noise or approval to feel complete. A woman who can sit alone in peace, who can fill her own cup without relying on others, shows a rare kind of strength. That serenity, that contentment in solitude, is one of the clearest signs of aging with grace. The 11th sign you're aging gracefully is this: you've stopped chasing approval from others. When you were younger, maybe you spent too much time worrying about what people thought. Did they like your outfit? Did they approve of your choices? Did they think you were good enough? That constant search for validation could be exhausting. But now, with wisdom and experience, you've discovered a beautiful truth. You don't need anyone else's stamp of approval to live your life. You've learned to trust your own voice, your own heart, and your own decisions. You still care about your loved ones, of course, but you don't let their opinions define your worth. You know who you are, and you don't bend yourself to fit into someone else's mold. This freedom is one of the greatest gifts of aging. You walk through life with more ease, more self-assurance, and more peace because you're no longer living for everyone else. You're living for you. A woman who doesn't need to prove herself, who stands tall in her truth, is a woman who carries the unmistakable grace of age. The 12th and final sign you're aging gracefully is this: you're no longer afraid to express yourself. When you were younger, maybe you held back your opinions. Maybe you bit your tongue to avoid conflict, or dressed or acted in ways you thought would please others. But now, you've grown into a woman who values honesty, authenticity, and the freedom to simply be yourself. You speak your truth kindly but firmly. You laugh when something is funny, even if no one else is laughing. You wear colors or styles that make you happy, not just what's trendy. You pursue hobbies and passions because they bring you joy, not because they impress anyone else. This freedom to express yourself is one of the clearest signs of grace. It shows that you've shed the weight of worrying what others might think, and you've stepped fully into your own skin. A woman who can live and speak authentically, who can say, "This is who I am, and I'm proud of it," is a woman who radiates wisdom, strength, and true beauty. So, my dear friends, we've walked through 12 beautiful signs that you are aging gracefully, often without even realizing it. And notice, not one of them was about wrinkles, numbers on a scale, or how much you can do in a day. Instead, they were about the wisdom you've gathered, the peace you've found, and the strength that now shines from within you. Aging gracefully doesn't mean being flawless. It means carrying yourself with dignity, embracing your journey, and allowing your inner beauty to shine brighter than ever. Every laugh line, every silver strand, every lesson learned is proof of the life you've lived, and that is something to celebrate. So the next time you look in the mirror, I hope you see more than age. I hope you see resilience, courage, wisdom, and grace. Because that's what others see in you too. Thank you so much for joining me today. If this message touched your heart, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel for more, and share in the comments which of these signs you see most in yourself. Let's celebrate this journey together, because aging gracefully isn't just possible, it's already happening, right here, within you.